Welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about PHP. PHP is a programming language that is hated by millions, yet still used by about 80% of the internet. This is largely due to WordPress, but it still counts. So, why is PHP so hated? It's mostly because some people don't even want to look at or understand the language. They just start commenting like a bunch of 5-year-olds who have only seen JavaScript in their lives. In this video, I'll be addressing all the hate directed at PHP because I like PHP, and nothing can change that. I'll be answering these questions based on core PHP, not on frameworks like Laravel. To start, many people claim that PHP is bad because it's unstructured and allows for writing bad code due to its lack of restrictions. These are the same people who argue on Twitter that ChatGPT should be uncensored and you should be able to do anything you want. Yet, when it comes to coding, they want a programming language that doesn't let them make mistakes or write bad code. That's just dummy behavior. In my opinion, programming is not math. Programming is a way to express your ideas through applications that can be shared with the world, rather than just being a job where you want to play it safe all the time. I believe what makes PHP different from other languages is that you can do whatever you want with it. Being secure and writing clean code should depend on the programmer, not the language. I'm not writing that safe and clean Python code where you add a tab space for child code, which is not even visible in my opinion. Another common criticism is the lack of strict typing and a weak type system. Many people claim that PHP allows for loose typing, type juggling, and implicit type conversions, which can lead to unexpected behavior and hard-to-catch bugs. To address the hard-to-catch bugs part, I want to show an error from a JavaScript application, which many people consider superior to PHP for some reason. I'll give you $100 if you can tell me, just by looking at this error, on which line the error actually occurred. In PHP, I can immediately know which line of code is causing the error. You can log PHP errors very easily. Regarding the loose typing issue, most people don't consider that settings for a programming language are a thing. You can always turn on strict typing in PHP settings or the INI file, and it will always stick to the type you define. It's pretty simple, but dummy remains dummy. Another issue that people cite is security vulnerabilities. Many say that PHP's flexibility and lack of strict rules make it easier to introduce security vulnerabilities like SQL injection or cross-site scripting if developers are not careful. However, this can happen with any programming language, no matter how careful you are. The best part about PHP is that most of its vulnerabilities are well known and well documented. If you use things like Next.js or Node.js, which change syntax every day, you can never be sure of a vulnerability that might be deep inside the language itself. Another common criticism is the legacy of bad code and practices. Many popular open-source PHP projects, like WordPress, are criticized for being poorly designed and encouraging bad coding practices, giving PHP a negative reputation. This criticism often comes from people who have never seen so much PHP code before, and then go on Twitter to say the code is bad. If they looked at Linux's source code, they would probably cry to their mama. This is just false information. I can say the same thing about the Next.js source and dismiss JavaScript. Finally, I want to address the elitism that PHP developers face. Developers who use other languages often look down on PHP, thinking it's only for beginners or less skilled programmers. They post on Twitter and Facebook that only beginners use PHP, without realizing that the platforms they are writing on are also run on PHP. They don't consider that without PHP, there would have been no FAANG companies where they take jobs, as many of these companies used PHP in their early stages, or still do. PHP is easy to use, and you can do whatever you want with it without relying on libraries or third-party providers. Just mentioning auth in front of React developers triggers them to think about hundreds of providers, while PHP developers get most of these things built in with newer PHP frameworks. Overall, PHP is great, and there's no reason to hate it. There might be some things you dislike about it, but that's true for any programming language. The new PHP keeps getting better. But if you still hate PHP and are a JavaScript developer, then tell me what 1 + 1 is in the comments. Also, tell me where's your Lambo. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can also consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks button below this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.